Hello there, and welcome back to the Achievement Planner. So today I'm going to be talking about Visage. And this guide, in my opinion, and of course I would feel this way, but especially this game, is very necessary. Because I was stressed out, not only because it was creepy and very scary, but because there were so many things that were missable. And it was really frustrating. So I have made a plan that here for you with the achievements that will hopefully solve all of that without giving you spoilers. So let's do this. So 27 achievements for 1,000 gamer score. I give this game a 4 out of 10 difficulty. It's not hard, but it's not hard. It's the puzzles are the hard part, and then you're trying to figure out puzzles and you get caught and you die a lot. So it's not actually hard. It's just figuring out what to do is hard. And not losing your sanity is hard, because in this game you could lose your sanity, and it's very frustrating when you lose your sanity. There are a whole bunch of things like candles and lighters you can pick up, but it's hard. So the completion time about 10 to 12 hours. It took me almost 11. And playthrough number 1, all achievements with a guide, because you can't get all the collectibles without a guide, to be honest. Some of them are just so hidden so well. So I have 5 different categories, and I feel like category 5 is very, very important. So so let's go through these. So category 1, Lucy achievements. So in this story, you can play 3 different stories. You could play Lucy's story, you could play Dolores' story, you could play Rakan's story, and then after those 3 stories, you can play these mirror mask tapes. They're VHSs, and you play all 7 of them, and you get pieces of a mirror mask in each of them. And once you do that, then you can get the 2 endings. There are 2 different endings. So basically, there are kind of 5 parts of this game. Lucy's story, Dolores' story, Rakan's story, the mirror mask tapes, and the 2 endings. All right? So this is Lucy's achievements. 3 achievements for 150 gamer score. Number 1 is just completing her chapter. You get 50 gamer score. And I was so lost at one point. I was like, I can't even finish this one. But I kept going, and it was all right. So now there are a lot of collectibles in this game, and they're part of the problem when it comes to knowing what to get and missing. So in this section, there are dolls. There are these little dolls, and once you find one of them, which is not hard, you'll get 20 gamer score. And to find all of them, it is 80 gamer score. Find all the Matryoshka dolls. I said it wrong. Anyway, so there are 7 dolls in all. And 4 of them are hidden around the house. You can get them, I think, pretty much at any time. But 3 of them are in her chapter. And if you miss them in her chapter, you have to replay the whole chapter. So make sure that you are watching the guide I put up. And so you know where those 3 are. If you want to look around for the other 4, which are hidden really, really well, and you probably won't find them, to be honest. But some people might. So yeah, there are 7. 3 of them are in Lucy's chapter. Do not miss those 3. All right. The next category is category number 2, Dolores' achievements. So same type of thing. 5 achievements for 140 gamer score. You complete her chapter. That's 50 gamer score. So now you need to find the audio cassettes in hers. And there are 4 of them. And all 4 of them are in her chapter. So if you miss one of them, you got to replay the whole chapter again. So to find one, you'll find one easily, 10 gamer score. And to find all 4, you get 40 gamer score. And to be honest, they weren't really that hard to find. So you might be able to find them without a guide. But I would still suggest finding all 4 with a guide. And then the 2 miscellaneous achievements within Dolores' category is Smile. So when you go up into the attic, once you find your way up there, you will find a little smiley face sticker. How cute. And that's 20 gamer score. And the second one is called Gearing Up, and that's 20 gamer score. And what's going to happen is you're going to find the shotgun. And so you're going to be in this little area with all these crosses. And it's weird. It's like a little crawl hole with crosses, and you need to grab a cross and head up to the area where you're going. And then once you get up there, you have to do something with this crucifix. And then there's another room with a hole, and you put the cross over the hole, and then you get that. So that's it. So that is all within Dolores' chapter. If you don't find those 2, the Smile one you could actually get when you go upstairs in the attic in the house. So I guess you could get it separately, but when I got it, it's Smile. So it could be in the other category too, but might as well get it then. All right, so category 3, Rakan's achievements. This one is weird. This was added later. The first two were part of the game, and then this one was added later. And this one reminds me of Outlast. The other two do not. So this one is pretty cool, and it's probably the easiest out of the three. The reason why the second one, Dolores' chapter, is so difficult is because there are these mirrors around the house, and you need to know which one to go into. If you don't go into the right one at the right time, it's frustrating. So yeah, that's where a guide can help you, and I'll put up on. So anyway, so Rakan's chapter, however, is not as hard, and you go in and you can do this chapter, and all you need to find towards the end is one. It's like a cassette tape player, that plays from the speaker, and it's his psychological evaluation. So you just have to find one collectible in this, and that's it for Rakan's chapter. So the next category, category 4 of miscellaneous achievements, 7 achievements for 130 gamer score. All 7 of these you can get during the story, or during any of the story, during just hanging around the house. All right, so that's why I put them in this one. So the first reaction. 10 gamer score, try to leave the front door. That's pretty obvious. You get that easily. Number 2, special recipe, 20 gamer score, attempt to use the microwave. So you need to open the microwave once you get in the kitchen and put something in it. That's it. All right, number 3, novice electrician. When that's 10 gamer score, replace a light bulb. All you have to do is get a light bulb and try to put it in a spot where there's a broken one. That's it. So you can do it right in the front hall by the front door. There's a light bulb sitting there. The next one, number 4, gotcha, you little. 20 gamer score. You warped Bernard the alien back to planet Safa? I don't know. But anyway, there are 4 spots, at least I think only 4, but there are definitely 4 spots that this little tiny alien, he's like super tiny, appears, and it's all random. Sometimes you could reload the game and it'll be there. Sometimes you just wait the entire game. You'll find him at the end. You might be lucky, find him right away. But he's always moving. So it's very difficult to find, and the guide will show you where. But, eventually you find him. He's not that hard to get after a while. So now, the next 2, the neighbors and the neighbor's master. So this is the 4 neighbors pages. There are only 4 of them. And what you need to do is the phone's going to ring, and you're going to see the phone ring, no problem. You don't have to find it or anything. You have to pick up the phone before you get the second page. All right, so 4 pages. You find the first page at the front door, basically. And then the second page will be available also. But you need to listen to the phone call before you get the second page. Because after you get the second page, you'll get another phone call. And after that second phone call, the 3rd and 4th pages will appear, and then you can get them. But until you get that second phone call, you cannot get those 3rd and 4th pages to appear. So you need to make sure you answer the phone before you pick up the second page. I think if you don't do it right, you can kind of restart. You can save and restart the game, and she'll call, or the person who's calling. But basically, that's that. They're the 4 pages. They're not hard to find. Just check around. And yet the last one is weird. It's 10 on the 10th, and that's 20 gamer score. Find all the pages from the appreciation book. In the main menu, there is an option. You can go to another option besides new game, besides, all that stuff. And you go into it, and it's kind of like this weird little area, and you just need to find 5 pages and put them in the book. And you'll get that easily. So that's not a hard thing to get. All right, now, category 5, miscellaneous progress achievements. 10 achievements for 510 gamer score. This is very important. I think that you need to know these things if you want to not be frustrated and have to replay the story over and over and over. Anybody who could I could do some hard game things I've found, but when it comes to solving puzzles like this, I can't. People who could do this are amazing. All right, so chronological order of suggested gameplay. This is how I put it. Number 1, complete any story first. All right, the first story, and I did Lucy. Okay, now, number 2, hot chocolate. And the reason why you have to complete a first story is because if you do this before a first story is completed, it won't appear. So, However, I did do it before the first story, and then I had to wait until after the story was over. So anyway, what you do for hot chocolate, 20 gamer score, is you find the milk in the kitchen, you find the hot chocolate mix, you put them in a mug that is on the counter, and then you make it, and then you put it in the microwave, and it disappears. And then after you have finished the first story, and only after you finish the first story, you can then find that in another part of the house. Not like a faraway part, more closer to the beginning. But you could find it, and I won't tell you what it looks like or what's going on. But it will only come after the first story, so you could do all of that after the first story if you want. But you just have to drink it after that. But yeah, it'll be pretty obvious where it is, I promise. Okay, now, then you have to complete the second and third stories, whichever ones you did in order. Now, Dance Dance, you have to do this immediately after finishing the third story. 100 gamer score, you have to find room 302, which is actually an Easter egg from Silent Hill 4. But, so what you need to do is after you finish all 3 stories, immediately go to the bathroom, and there's a key hanging from the sink. And you need to pick up that key, and that will open the safe. And then room 302, once you get what's in the safe, will be downstairs in the basement area. All right, and you'll find it. That's not going to be hard. But if you do not pick up that key, I have been told that it will disappear and you can't get it back. So if you restart the checkpoint, it's gone. That's it. So you have to do it after you finish the third story. I don't know if this is true by the time you listen to this video, if they fixed that or something, but just make sure you finish that third story. You pick up the key hanging on the sink in the bathroom upstairs. All right? Do that. Make sure you do that. Now, for number 5 and 6, these are the VHS tapes. And this is when you should do this, after you've finished all 3 stories. So what happens is after you finish Lucy's story, you get a tape. After you finish Dolores' story, you get a tape. And after you finish Rakan's story, you get a tape. Now, the other 4 tapes are hidden around the house. There are 7 tapes in all. All right? So you need to get all 7 tapes, but until you finish all 3 stories, you can't get all 7. So if you want to get some of them and then get the others later, I guess you could. But you might as well get them all together if you want. So once you get all those tapes, you'll be good. Now you can use those tapes. You put them in the VCR, and then each of those tapes is going to give you a clue. So like you put in the tape for Pride. One of them is called Pride. And then you look at it, and it's going to show you little creepy videos that I actually can't get out of my head because they're really creepy. And it's going to give you a hint where in the house that puzzle type thing is going to be, and the house will change because the house likes to change. And you'll have to figure out what to do. And then at the end of that, you will get a mirror mask piece. And after all 7 of the VHSs, you will get 7 pieces of the mirror mask. And when you go to the progress room, which you'll know what that is once you play, there will be a mask there. Aha. All right, and that's how you get all of those. Now, within one of them, I think it was Pride. So one of them, you're in the basement, and you need to break down these brick walls, and it's really difficult because there's not a lot of light, and so you need to break down the brick walls. And then once you find the kid's room, I guess his name might be Johnny, but when you find the kid's room, you need to go through another wall and get the box. And then you put the box under the wall so that you can get into Johnny's room. And in the closet will be a special gift. Isn't that nice? And that tape is actually the prison tape. And you'll get it after you finish Rakan's story. So yeah, you need to go and break one wall, get into Johnny's room, but you can only go through it by breaking the other wall and going and getting the box to get in there. Once you get in there, you get the gift. So all of that, those mirror mask things are kind of put together, but you can't do them until all 3 stories are done. And then save your game before you put on that mirror mask, right? Because if you put on the mirror mask and you don't save, then you got to replay the whole game for the other ending. Oh dear. So one ending is involved. Basically, what you do for the end, you have to go down to the basement, and there's a spot where you have to break the wall. You'll see fresh paint. All right, I won't tell you where it is, but you'll see you have to break the wall, and when you go down, into that area where you just broke into, you can get 2 endings. One is with the mirror mask on, and that's family reunion for 100 gamer score. And then the second one is where you do not put the mask on, and you're going to be using the revolver on yourself. Yeah, and you need to just use it once, and you get easy way out, and you have to use it. Just keep using it. I won't tell you how many times. Just keep using it until you get the void ending. It's not how many you think it will be. So just keep going. Yeah, and so that's it for that. But this was honestly the best horror game I've ever played. It was very frustrating at times because of a lot of this missable stuff, but it was creepy. It stayed with me. It's still creeping me out thinking about it. But yeah, so I definitely suggest playing this. It was fantastic. If you were a fan of PT back in the day, if you know what that is, you may definitely like this. If you're not a fan of puzzles, you might not like it, but you might still like it though. So anyway, I hope you enjoy Visage, and I hope my guide has helped you, and I will see you later on the Achievement Planner.